Alright, the last few days I went and put a few coats of poly on this. I do a coat in the morning, coat at night after work. And it's got it to where it's all coated up, nice and wet. You don't see any dry spots anymore. Doesn't look that shiny though, because it's still got rough from lint and little stuff that was sticking up in there. So, next thing I want to do, sand this down with some fine stuff. So I'm going to use some 320 grit sandpaper here. I'm a sander, I'm a DA, and I'm gonna hit it up and so as you sand, you can start to see the shine go away, and then you'll see some little shiny spots show up. There'll be some little shiny things. The goal is you want to sand till all those shiny things are gone. That means I've gotten rid of all the low spots. I don't necessarily want to sand through to the wood though, so gotta be careful because I want to keep that seal. Now if you look, you can see there's a couple little shiny spots, but for the most part I got rid of them. It's all just this uniform dull color, but it's actually much smoother than the other side. The other side, even though it's glossy, it's very rough. Alright, now as you can see, I've removed all the little shiny spots. For the most part, there's still some very fine ones here and there. Well, I think we got it pretty good. So, essentially what I just did was get rid of all the high spots to make this smoother. In making it smoother, I got it ready for the next step. Alright, for this next step, now that I got it all nice and smooth, I want to use a spray so I can keep it smooth, and I'm going to use shellac. So shellac will create a nice barrier on here that'll protect pretty much this from whatever I'm putting over it and vice versa. So let's get started. Now, you might ask yourself, well, why am I doing this now, and why didn't I start with this if this is going to do such a better layer, right? Well, because this is extremely thin. It's going to dry up and be almost like there's nothing there. But what it's going to do is it's going to put a nice little barrier between the other stuff. Whereas the polyurethane is a little thicker, and it does a good job of filling the pores on the wood. So that's essentially what I wanted for that first coat. Now you can see I think I got a little run there. I went a little too heavy in a couple spots. So I might end up needing to sand it again after this. We'll see. But for now, I need to let this dry up. It really doesn't take long at all. A few minutes and I'll be ready for another coat. All right, let's get ready. Let's put another coat. It's dry. It's literally been like 5 minutes. So try and do it from an angle here so I can see the texture. If I can see the texture, you can see if I got it nice and wet coat, or dry. You want a nice wet even coat. If it's dry, it'll be rough and sandpaper finish. All right, there we go. Let's let it dry again. All right, I dried another few minutes. It's looking pretty good, huh? You can see a couple spots that are flatting out a little bit, but we're gonna do a third coat now. This should be the last one. Kind of do a double there like that, and then we'll let it dry again. All right, I moved it over here to dry. It's gonna be underneath my heater. So tonight, as it gets cool and all that, it'll just cook all of the solvent, any of it that's in there still, cook it right out of there. And tomorrow, it'll be ready for another sand job. So that way I can put some paint on it, because that's the end goal here. Get a coat, I don't know, maybe two, 3 coats of clear on it, and then I can buff it out, put some wax on it, and lay up some fiberglass and have it be super slick. See you next time.